What is the self? Who are you really? Not your name, your job, or your social media profile, but the thing that experiences thoughts, emotions, and memories. This question has fascinated philosophers, scientists, and spiritual traditions for thousands of years. We call it the self, but what does that actually mean? At its simplest, the self is the sense of being a distinct individual. It's the feeling that there is a me inside your body, observing the world and making decisions. When you say, I think, I remember, or I choose, you are referring to this inner identity. But when we look closer, the self becomes much harder to define. In philosophy, different answers emerge. Thinkers like René Descartes argued that the self is the mind, a thinking substance separate from the physical body. His famous statement, I think, therefore I am, suggests that the ability to think proves the existence of the self. In contrast, David Hume claimed that when he searched for the self, he found only a bundle of perceptions, sensations, emotions, and thoughts, but no permanent core identity. Psychology approaches the self through behavior and cognition. From this perspective, the self is shaped by memories, personality traits, beliefs, and social roles. Your past experiences help form a narrative, a story you tell yourself about who you are. This narrative self creates continuity, even though your thoughts and feelings constantly change. Neuroscience takes an even more radical view. Brain scans suggest there is no single self-center in the brain. Instead, the sense of self emerges from many interacting processes: memory, attention, emotion, and bodily awareness. From this angle, the self may not be a thing at all, but a process, something the brain continuously constructs. Eastern philosophies often go further, questioning whether the self truly exists. In Buddhism, the idea of anatta, or non-self, teaches that clinging to a fixed identity is an illusion and a source of suffering. According to this view, what we call the self is constantly changing, and recognizing this can lead to greater freedom. So what is the self? A soul, a story, a brain process, or an illusion? The answer depends on how you look at it. But perhaps the most important insight is this: the self is not as solid or permanent as it feels. Understanding that may change not only how you see yourself, but how you live.